we enter the world of Samantha Carver, an ordinary girl who loves amusement parks, the smell of popcorn, and the thrill and horror of a heart-pounding ride. She has a ticket in her pocket for a very special ride. This ticket, half of which has been torn, signifies the beginning of a strange and extraordinary adventure that will lead her and Andy into a journey where they must fight for their lives. So get ready, sit down, and fasten your seatbelts. It's sure to be a bumpy ride. If you need anything, just scream. 1. Patrol. Dr. Z's Adventure Park. The Carver family stood in front of the grand opening line of the Dragon Tooth, which was advertised as the greatest thrill ride in amusement park history. Samantha stared at the zigzagging line of customers, people of all shapes and sizes. She thought to herself how lucky she was to be at the front of the line. The word excited didn't exactly describe her feelings. She was overjoyed and shaking with happiness, as if she was walking on clouds. She waved her hands rapidly, and her thick black hair got tangled. She shoved her hands into her jeans pockets. She had every reason to be. She was about to visit her favorite place in the world, Dr. Z's Adventure Park. No one loved amusement parks more than 11-year-old Samantha Carver. She loved everything about them: the crowds, the food, the noise, the music, the sound of bells, and the kids screaming. We scream, you scream, we all scream on the Ferris wheel. Samantha loved the smell of buttered popcorn filling her nose, the hot dogs and the hamburgers. But most of all, she loved the rides. She was obsessed with the Wall of Death and the Horror Maze. For Samantha, there was only one rule: the scarier, the better. After every ride, she would always shout, "Again, again, again!" Samantha, for the 100th time, felt the thick cardboard ticket in the front pocket of her outfit. She was on her toes, waiting for the doors to open, standing on her heels. She was wearing a freshly bought, shiny bow made of bright red ribbon. Her hair covered her shoulders. She couldn't wait for her dad's flight. Her dad said, "Be proud, Pia. You'll really enjoy it." Carver looked up from his folded newspaper. He enjoyed playing with words and solved puzzles every morning. Samantha loved helping her mom with these and played with them. The game was to rearrange the letters of a word to form new words. She also played this game with her own name by rearranging the letters. Samantha was sure that today would be the best day of her life. She looked at her parents and gave them a warm smile. "Thank you for bringing me here. I can't tell you how happy I am." A few months ago, she had entered a contest by clicking on a link. And surprisingly, despite the odds, she won the prize. What was her reward? A ticket to the best amusement park ride among the first customers. But was Samantha brave enough? Oh yes, of course she was. Nothing scared Samantha Carver. Nothing except going to the dentist, bats, and school homework. She was afraid of the dentist's tools that they poked into her mouth with their chubby fingers. She was disgusted by bats with their leathery wings, tiny teeth, and strange human-like faces. Besides, school homework is scary for everyone. Behind the entrance gate, a man was sitting on a tall stool, with his legs crossed and his fingers placed on his legs. To Samantha, he looked more like a scary vulture or a strange bird of prey. Samantha could see that he was unusually tall, with long arms and legs that had grown at odd angles. A thin man in a worn-out black suit, a simple white shirt, and a narrow tie. His shoes were old and torn. The man had a sharp nose, a crooked mouth, and restless eyes that never stopped moving. The man was guarding a door that led to a very large building. Samantha thought to herself how gigantic it was. On the wall, they had painted the head of a huge dragon, with yellow eyes that gleamed with a menacing threat and teeth as sharp as knives. With strange letters that almost looked Chinese, the sign read, "Dragon's Tooth." According to the articles Samantha had read on the internet, this particular ride had been under construction for over 5 years and was considered the jewel of Dr. Z's empire. And now the sea. Remember that one should never trust the sea. A calm sea indicates a storm. When the sea waves gently, one must wait. Samantha said, maybe they want to drop someone from 1,000,000 bites down. Her father whistled. It looks like a lot of height. Samantha could see that her father was bored. Or maybe it's like one of those kids' slingshots or bungee ropes or those things that deal with gravity or... While Mrs. Carver patiently filled in the crossword puzzle boxes, Samantha's father was sweating in the summer heat and wiping his forehead. He checked his watch and frowned. We've been waiting for 2 hours. Since I was in the army, I promised myself I wouldn't stand in line anymore. Samantha looked at her father. It's okay, Dad. Don't doubt it. The ride is worth it. Her father replied tiredly, I don't know, kid. I feel really stupid standing here like this. The thin man cleared his throat with a roar and said softly, Be patient. The man looked at the sky. Worry flickered in his eyes. The change in light made Samantha look up. It seemed as if the air and the color of the sky had changed. It happened very quickly, in the blink of an eye, but something seemed off. Even worse, Samantha felt like someone or something was watching her, like a camera in the sky, a watchful eye. Samantha blamed herself and decided to think about happier things. Samantha looked around. It seemed that no one else had noticed anything except for the man in the dark suit. His gaze kept returning to the sky, his lips pursed thoughtfully. It seemed like he had a nervous tic, constantly rubbing his thumb against his index finger. Samantha asked, Excuse me, sir, when will you allow us to enter? The man did not respond. Samantha leaned forward. Do you know what this device is? Have you ever seen it? He now turned his cold gaze towards Samantha. I've seen it. You won't understand. The girl asked again, Have you ever seen Dr. Z? The man gave a cold smile. Ah, the mysterious doctor. What do you know about the owner of this amusement park? A lot. He is one of the most enigmatic men in the world. His real name is Phineas Orstreet, and he is a reclusive and strange billionaire. He's unusual, if not crazy, Samantha laughed. He's smart and lives in his own world. He doesn't allow anyone to take his picture. He's as crazy about games as I am. Samantha knew that Mr. Orstreet had made his fortune through invention. A few moments later, the sky changed again. It was as if the clouds had rearranged themselves or the planet was spinning in a new direction. It all happened in an instant. Samantha noticed. She glanced at the man in the suit. He had felt it too. Samantha could tell from his eyes and the way his fingers moved. She noticed something else too, as if something was missing. She turned to her father and said, The birds are gone. I can't see anything, Dad. I can't hear them either. They've all left. Remember that you can never get through life if you try to solve everything on your own.